To a wide-legged child's pose. I'm going to actually stay on my fitness mat today. Open your knees wide. Bring your toes closer together and stretch your arms out in front of you. And reach your arms. I have a band. If anybody wants to use their bands, you're welcome to just take that, not for right this moment, but for any time that you want to today. And spread your fingers, bring your pinkies to the edges of the mat, and just breathe across the spaces, back to back, side to side, top to bottom. And if you can't get into a full child's pose, just get where you can go. Let your body kind of take you where you need to go. Walk your hands over to the right side, left hand on top of right. Push your hips back to your heels. Breathe and look under your left arm. Get a little bit more space there. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Yeah. Inhale, come back to center, walk over to the other side. Well, it's nice to see a little bit of sunshine out here, but I also see a bunch of palm fronds that are fallen. What a storm we had last night. It was insane. Come back to the center. Walk your hands forward. And then come up onto your hands and knees, and we'll do some cat-cows here just to start to move the spine, tuck the toes, arch the back, round and curl. Arch the back, inhale, or extend the back, extend the spine, exhale, round and curl. And this should feel pretty good for us in the morning, just to get our spine starting to move. Come back, and now come back to center and find neutral. There's going to be very small movement here, so think about your tailbone, your pelvis, and not your middle back. So think about just now pulling the tailbone down towards your knees, let's say. And with that, the belly button will start to rise up and the pelvic floor muscles will lift in. And then just come back to the neutral position. So again, I want to see any movement in the spine, the mid-spine, but think about the lowest part. So once again, tuck the tailbone underneath you. You'll start to feel an immediate engagement in your center, in your core. And then inhale, come back to the neutral position. Now the same thing, without moving your spine side to side or anything else, just shift your tailbone, your pelvis a little bit to the right. And again, feel the engagement of the core as that happens. Inhale through the center and shift a little bit to the left. So yes, we can move all parts of the spine at the same time, but right now we're isolating. And this is the lower part of your abdominals as well that start to engage. And then one more to the other side. And then start to make circles through your pelvis. Start to move all parts of the spine together. And as that happens, move your hands a little bit more forward and start to take it even bigger. Just creating big circles through the shoulders, hips, knees, wrists, ankles, whatever you can do. If you can't be on your knees, do it halfway up. Or, and reverse it, or engage your core a lot, keep your knees off the floor. And I mean, there's always that, right? So dancing lion circles, come back, sit back on your heels, and then let's shift forward a little bit, drop your hips, shift back. Shift forward. That was my knee that cracked. That was my ankle that cracked, if you heard that on screen. And back. And then one more time, shift all the way forward, open up your legs, and just drop your hips down, pull your shoulders back. Breathe in, breathe out. Get the shoulders away from the ears. And then lay down on your belly. Bring your forearms underneath your forearms in line with your elbows underneath your shoulders. Turn your thumbs up to the ceiling. Push the pinky edge of the hand into the floor. And as you push down, think about lifting below the belly button and above the pubic bone. So squeeze in that little triangle space below the belly button, above the pubic bone, right under your hip bones. And then take your right arm forward and straighten it. Look over your right shoulder towards the left foot. I'm not? Oh my goodness, thank you for telling me that. All right, so you're on both forearms. And you see, I always tell you to look and you see what you see, and I couldn't even see myself. I wasn't looking at myself. So you're on both forearms in a wide-legged Sphinx pose. Now take your left arm, better eating, and take the left arm and straighten it, look over your left shoulder towards your right foot. Inhale, come back to the center. Now you can do that one more time, or you can take both arms and straighten them up. Pull your shoulders back and down. Lift up your heart, just a big stretch for the front side of the body. One more breath, and then take it down to the floor. Push your hands by your chest into a child's pose once again. Good. Okay, come onto your hands and knees and send your legs around to either direction. And let's go ahead and put a band on today, if you're using a band, above your knees. If you're not using a band, that's okay too. Not necessary. So the band is above the knee, just not on the joint, wherever you have it, not on the joint. Lay back on your back, separate your legs, line up your heels with your sitting bones, and reach your fingertips to your heels. Inhale, tilt your pelvis so that your back is imprinted, but your glutes are squeezing. So your glutes come off the floor, but not your lower back. So you have this like giant C-curve scoop out. Take your arms up over your head, palms facing each other. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Keep the resistance on the band. So the reason the band is there is to create resistance, right? So we never want to go slack on the band here. So our pelvis is tilted, our back is on the floor. Now push down through your feet and articulate your spine up so that your feet are on the floor, your shoulders are on the floor, your head is on the floor, but now your back all the way up to your shoulders are off. Backs are off. Keep the arms there and articulate back down. Think about first touching your shoulder blades, your middle back, your lower back, and your tailbone. Good. And if a dog is sitting on you, even more kudos for that. Tilt your pelvis, so start with just your glutes, and then lift up, rise up. Now this time as you lower down, bring your arms with you, upper, mid, lower back down to the floor. Release your arms, don't release your knees into each other. Keep your legs actively pushing against the band. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, and again, if you're not using a band, just imagine that you were, something holding against your outer thighs. Arms up overhead. If you have a magic circle, right, Rosemary, you do, but you have bands too. Exhale, upper, mid, and lower back down as the arms move with you. One more time. Inhale, lift your hips, start with your lowest part, make your way up, bring your arms back overhead, and now keep the arch in the spine, keep the legs where they are for the most intensive purposes, and then bring your arms back down by your side. So dig your shoulders into the floor, get a little higher, and float your right leg off the floor so it's in line with your left knee. Draw it out to the right side, bring it back to the center, and bend your knee and place the foot on the floor. So just remember, when you're lifting up here, you're isolating just the leg movement. You're not moving, you're not dropping your hips, you're not moving through any other parts. So lift your left leg up, flex the foot, knee in line with knee. Extend it out to the left side, enough that you're not moving your hips. Don't, too much, Maria. Come back to center and down. So the action here is just the abduction of the hip. All right, that means it's moving out to the side, but without the rest of your hips moving side to side. So try that again. Right leg up in line with your right knee, left knee, excuse me. Open it out to the side just enough, yeah, that your left hip stays steady. Come back to center and bend the knee, drop the foot to the floor. Readjust, left leg up, left leg out to the side, left leg to center, and down. Articulate your spine down, bring your knees to your chest. So you should have felt the strong, think about if you're standing up on one leg, that's how you should feel, how that one leg has to stabilize you. You might just do that. Move your hips to the right side, let your knees fall over to the left side. Do a quick little spinal twist here, turn your right thumb up or palm up to the ceiling. Inhale, return to the center, shift your hips left, bring your knees over to the right side. And then return yourself on the back. Bring your legs up to tabletop, keep your bands where they are. Take the feet together. If you're not wearing shoes, you might be able to get your soles of your feet together a little bit more. Keep your heels higher than your knees. Arms come back down by your side. Palms can be up or down if you choose. Now bring your knees towards your shoulders without the hips lifting too much, just yet. And then extend the legs out. Keep the band active. Bend the knees, heels higher than knees. Exhale, extend the legs. Now, you can drop your legs certainly lower than mine. Bend your knees. But if you feel, Michelle, keep your heels higher than your knees. Yeah. And then extend your legs out. You can go as low as your body can maintain a neutral position of your pelvis. So bring the knees by the shoulders. So you two keep heels higher than knees. And then extend legs out and now squeeze the knees. And they're not going to go together or the band might slacken. And then bend it in again. Good. And extend. Good. Now, as you bend the knees into the chest, now can you lift a little bit of the hip off the floor? And then extend the legs and drop the hip down. Let's do 4 of those. Bring your knees into your chest, hips up, like a reverse curl like we did yesterday. Extend the legs out, which you may be feeling. Bring the legs in, 2. Extend the legs out. In 3. Extend the legs out. 2 more. Oh, 1 more, excuse me. In and out. Now hold your legs out and take it. If this is 90 degrees, about 45 degrees or maybe a little less. Heels together, open your legs apart. Bring your legs together, bend your knees in, extend your legs. Open your legs, close your legs unless you lose the resistance. Bend the knee in, and Deb, you're going to, because you have your ankles more below your knee, so you're going to feel it differently. Open out. So it's the same move we just did, we're just adding an out and in. So bend the knees to the chest, hips up or not. Extend the legs out as high or low as you need. Open, close. Bend the knees in. Lift the hips up. Extend the legs out. Open, close. Bring the knees in. Extend the legs out. Open, close. And then bring the legs back to your chest. So slow and controlled gives you a lot of abdominal activation. Take your legs, you can bring your hands a little bit by your waist. Take your legs up. So keep whatever amount of resistance is there for you. That's not on your knees, right? Make sure that's not on your knees. Okay. Above or below your knees, but not on your knees. Okay, it's hard to tell. Separate your feet so that you have the resistance on the outer hip. Take your legs over to the right side and make a circle, big or small, in one direction. So keep doing that. Circle around. So you've got to stay connected to your core on the floor in order for you to really make this effective. So we're making legs up in the air, Michelle, if you can. I don't know if you can. And then reverse that. So we're just making circles with our legs. Hips can stay down. If you could hear the symphony in my back right now. 1 more. And return to center, hug your knees to your chest. Bring your feet onto the floor, bring the feet together, the knees apart. So if you're not wearing shoes and it's easier for you, soles of the feet together. Tilt your pelvis again. Lift up your hips. So now you're in a wide-legged bridge, feet together. And articulate down. Good. So let's go again from the bottom up. All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. Let's do 2 more like that. All the way up. All the way down. And the last one I want you to hold up here. Bring your knees closer together, but don't let the bands go slack and out. So it's going to be maybe about a quarter or halfway in. So bring the knees in, bring the knees out. Bring the knees in, bring the knees out. Bring the knees in, out. So again, trying to keep less of a position here. Somebody's at my front door. 3, 2, 1. Hold them out. Articulate down. And bring your knees up to your chest. Extend the legs in the air. Keep the legs wide this time. Bring your arms by your side. Drop your legs down as low as you can go without arching your back. And then circle out around. Bring the legs out, circle around. So my legs are opening and closing. Look at me if you're not sure. My legs are doing the open close. Nice, so watch this. Circle both legs, yeah, there you go. And then reverse it. I hope you're feeling your core as much as I am. One more. And bring the knees into the chest. All right, let's take the band off, but we're going to keep it for some stretching. So you're going to have a little bit of give in the band. Let's take the band around the bottom of the right foot. Keep your left leg bent for now so you'll see where you need to be. Bend your right knee towards your right shoulder, just like we would do in like a happy baby. And then extend the right leg in the air. Leg over hip, so move the leg a little further away from you. And if it's okay for your back, extend your left leg out. Breathe in. 2 hands to the strap. Inhale. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Maybe hover your left leg up. Breathe in. Empty the breath. Lower the left leg. And come up to sitting with your right leg in the air. Ooh, yeah. Take your left hand to the inside of your strap. Take your right arm and reach it to the diagonal behind you. Come back up. Lower yourself to the floor. And bend your knee. Undo the strap. Let's take it on the other side for a minute. Right leg is down. Bring the left knee towards the left shoulder. Keep your tailbone down. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg up. Move it away from your chest a little bit more. So it's hard to tell, but most of us will probably have our leg closer to the chest, hips lifting off the floor, and think that we're straight up and down. But a little further away is probably where you need to be, where you can feel that hip crease with your hand like we did the other day, finding that space. Now, if it feels okay for your body, extend your leg out. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Perhaps your right leg up. Come a little bit higher. Good. Lift yourself up, lower the right leg, straighten the left leg. Right hand holds the strap. Open up, rotate, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower down. Bend your knee. This time you don't have to take the strap off. Let's put the strap in under both legs. Bend the knees towards the shoulders. Extend the legs up straight, wherever straight might be for you. Now, you might need a little assistance here, but I'd like to not use momentum. Draw your legs a little further away from you. Yes. Inhale, draw your belly to your spine. Lift your head and shoulders and begin to lift yourself up into a teaser, boat pose, wherever you want to be today. Yoga, Pilates, or both. So the belly is in. Take your right hand behind you to the right corner. Come back in. Take your left hand behind you to the left corner. Come back in. Lift up a little bit higher. Now, bye. Do I get a kiss too? All right, release your legs out. And come up. Hinge forward. And sit. sit up tall. Left hand holds on. Right arm reaches back and extends to the right side. Pretend you're on my reformer, which is right here to the side. Come back in. Left arm reaches back. So lean back with a flat back. Extend your arm to the corner. Come back in. Let's do that one more time. Lean back, right arm, right corner. Come back in. Left arm, left corner. Come back in. And now fold forward, just let go of the slack of the rope, the band. Undo the strap from your feet. Sit up nice and tall. Arms out, chin tucks, belly pulls in, round your back. Legs active. Roll down through your spine. Keep your head and shoulders off the floor. Bring your arms up over your head. Tuck your chin in. Now start to round your spine without flailing. So here I'll give you some cheats. Reach your arms forward. So one thing you can do is bend your knees. Hold on to your thighs is the next. Round your spine, go down. Head and shoulders off. You keep this tucked position. Use your hands to help guide you back up. And then you sit up tall. So same thing, straight or bent leg. You can still grab a hold of the thighs. If you don't need the assistance, what I don't want to see is like that, okay? So sit up tall, bend your straight leg, chin to chest, round your back, roll down slowly. Let's count it 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in. Keep the chin tucked, round and curl, or hold your legs to help you. Come all the way up, and then hinge forward, reach. Round your back, chin tucked in. Roll down, dig your heels into the floor. Inhale, keep the arms either over your head or right in front of you, but not by your ears. And don't use the arms as momentum. Tuck the chin, roll up, sit up, reach forward, and last one, roll down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Really dig your heels in, engage your legs. Inhale, arms up over your head. You can let the head come down for a second. Exhale, chin to chest. I want to just watch this, no flailing. Sit up tall and reach forward. Sit up tall and lay all the way back down. Lay on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms to a T. Place your feet on the floor as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall over to the right side. Take your right ankle above your left knee and choose to bring your left foot more to the left side if you'd like. A little bit more into the IT band, you'll feel a little quad engage or a stretch. And just stay here for a couple breaths. Should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, back out of it a little bit. If you don't feel anything, move your leg more to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Walk your left leg center, cross your right leg all the way over, shift your hips right, and bring both knees over to the left side. We did spinal twist earlier. You can flip your palms open so your shoulder chest gets a little bit more relief. Uncross the legs, draw the knees up towards the left shoulder. Inhale to your back. Place your feet on the floor, adjust yourself back. Feet as wide as the mat, bring your knees over to the left side. Left ankle over the knee, above the knee. Walk the right foot out a little bit to the right, or more if you feel like you can do more and you'd like to get a little bit deeper there. It's all how your body reacts. I could tell you a million things to do, but it's not right for you. Inhale, return to the center. Left leg all the way over right leg. Move your hips to the left, knees fall over to the right. Get a nice release in your outer hip, lower back. And then we uncross the legs and bring the knees higher to the right shoulder. And come back onto your back, hug your knees to your chest, round your body like a nice tight ball. Stretch your legs up in the air. Good, Maria, rolling like a ball. You listened, it's okay. Bring your hands down by your hips. Some of you will go underneath your hips, others will keep your arms to the side. Flex and point through the ankles, and start to lower your legs, and as you lower your legs, start to lengthen them. So think of them being pulled out and down, out and down. And when the heels touch the floor, press up onto your forearms, lightly to the top of your head. Open up your throat, your chin, your chest. I know some of you get dizzy, so this is not the pose for you. Just extend your spine a little bit. Take another breath. And then bring your chin to your chest. Roll down. Stretch your arms all the way over your head. Reach away from your center. Reach right arm, right leg long. Reach left arm, left leg long. And then reach everything long. Take a big breath in. And as you empty the breath, let your hips release. Let your arms release. Palms face open. Let your body melt into your mat. And take a few moments just to surrender here. And let your body completely let go. And always, if you have the opportunity to stay even longer in this pose, you're always welcome to it. Otherwise, stay home safe and stay healthy.